some stuff. Yes, Michi, I hear ya. Alright, we're live. What's going on, Vinny? What's going on, Jay? What's going on, May? What's going on, Tudo? What's going on, Eric? Alright, 388 today. Today's gonna be a 108K day. Well, I guess we'll do realized, so 97K realized. And then today is 7.7. And we're gonna go like this and go like this. Okay, there's that. Post that there. Piano today. Okay. Whoops, didn't post that right. We're gonna go 97K on documents. Whoops, gosh dang it. Documents, come on. My computer's going so slow today. Why? There we go. Alright. I'm gonna change. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Today was another opportunistic day. Alright, here's that. And go like that. Okay. Alright. Oops. Screwed that up. What's going on, David Bradley? Primitive Gusta. What's going on, guys? I'm just getting everything set up here. Okay, there we go. Finally, I'm starting to be able to post stuff. Sorry, it's taking me a second here. Hopefully, you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully, you guys have been trading well. I know today was, did I screw up? No. Alright, cool. What's that? What's going on, Steve Austin? As always, good to have you first on. Just trying to get everything set up here, guys. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully you guys have been trading well. Definitely a lot of opportunities today, just like this whole week has been. Alright, there's that. I'm going to go like this. MRIN. We're going to go Blin. This one. AMC, IPW. Alright. Cool. There's that. Oh, there's NEGG going now. This cat just loves me. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright guys, we're live here at NoRightNoTrading.com. Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. Hopefully you guys trading well today. Hopefully you guys have been, focusing out. What's going on, Helen? What's going on, Fire? What's going on, Dan? What's going on, Ben? Let's pull the charts over here. Alright. NEGG is going after ours. I gotta restart my computer. This thing is slow today. Wow, this thing is slow today. Jeez. What's going on, Riley? What's going on, Johnny? Andrew? Well, I didn't think my computer was going to be this slow. Alright, maximize cell. Sorry, my cat's in the way here, guys. She just wants to be featured, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, guys, so PBTS was an overnight that I did. Ended up losing on it. What's going on, TikTok? Ariel, thanks, man. So PBTS was an overnight. I really thought it was going to start going out of the gates. Nothing, lost 20 grand on it. YGMZ, another one that I had overnight. Another one that I took a loser on. So I ended up being down about, I would say, $25,000 to start the day. And then I started to, NEGG starting to climb. NEGG starting to climb after R72. But then, you could see here, 48.34, I shorted on the front side here, and I scalped that first move. So it was right in here, and then I actually covered perfectly at the bottom here. Then we had a new rip up, and I shorted it with double the size. Where was it? I believe it was right up in here, and then we got this wick, and I covered it on that wick for another $7,700 winner. JWEL was one that I thought would run on NEGG. The one that ran first, though, was IPW, but I really thought this one was going to rip and ramp, and I believe we halted, and as we were halting up, I started to take some off on this little winner here, 679, and then I took, since I saw it, that IPW was running first, so IPW ran first, right? IPW is actually about to break new highs here, which is awesome because we're overnight that one. But IPW, guys, was one that, ran first, right? You can, 810 now, awesome. You can see my P&L shifting here on the overnight. But, so this thing, ramped first on NEGG, and how do I find these stocks, guys? Okay, really quick. I'm not going to spend too much time. But, alright, so, my computer's so dang slow right now. It is insane. Okay, you're going to just block the camera or what, huh, Michi? You just want some love, huh?
IPW, okay.
IPW making a move after hours. Okay, IPW. This thing is... IPW is at 840. Wow. I took bits and pieces off right there just because that was a huge push to the upside. Anyways, on FinViz, it's in the same sector. It's basically, look at IPW go, guys. Look at that huge move we just had. Beautiful, beautiful move there. But IPW ran first. And the reason, so NEGG, right? Oh my gosh, this thing is so slow right now. It's frustrating me. Okay. So NEGG. Okay, you have the lead runner. Wow, this thing is ripping right now. Okay, so you have the lead runner on IPW here because you can see it here, right? You can see this move here, basically, trying to make its lead run. Now, JWL and these two were the similar price range using FinViz, the similar sector, and they're both in the USA. So JWEL was after it. But I thought, maybe between these two, these are the top two looking ones on FinViz that I could find, right? So, the ones that look the best in the similar price range, Similar market cap, similar sector was JWEL and IPW. But the reality is this one ran first, and I thought since NEGG was going nuts that we might even get, a sympathy play behind, IPW. Okay? So JWEL, once we immediately halted straight up, I wanted to take some off just in case. And then my plan was, to scale out into a consolidation, right? So I wanted to see how it consolidated. But after seeing IPW run, I almost thought IPW was going to be my favorite. Now, the reason why IPW at the end of the day started to be my favorite, because guess what? It didn't give up any of its gains, guys. This thing held all day long. Every single time it tried to fail, it just kept going. And it kept higher lows. It kept higher lows. It kept making higher lows and higher lows and higher lows, right? And so, that being said, guys, I mean, this thing just kept trying and trying and trying and trying. Man, this thing's giving me good opportunities to scale out here, guys. You can see here, I scaled, you guys have been watching me scale some pieces. Now, if this thing keeps moving up, I'm going to keep scaling. I just scaled some at 870s. But I'm definitely going to try and hold some overnight. I don't want to take it all off in after hours. I want to hold some overnight. I definitely want to hold some overnight. That's, kind of my thought process. But, I mean, this thing just keeps on ripping. 880. I mean, you guys are seeing me take bits and pieces off into strength here. Still have 12,000 shares. But, yeah, so, and then JWEL, luckily I was able to walk away with profit even though that thing just tanked on me. But then, as IPW kept holding and kept showing strength, it kept building confidence and kept building confidence that was going to be the sympathy play. So let's go back and look at MRIN, right? Or why don't we just pull up the chart that I showed you guys? So what I wanted to say here, okay? I'll pull up this chart, okay? So MRIN, right? So we have 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. The fourth day is when we got the extension, and that was when we were up about 1,000% on the day, right? That same day was when the next day we gapped. Qual Mag is looking for 100 plus on NEGG for a short. But you can see here on MRIN, right? You can see here that this thing, as you can see, was running massively. And now we're up about 800 to 1,000% there. And then BLIN made its move from 2 all the way up to 8 the next day, right? It's the same concept, guys. The same exact concept. So what I was trying to say here is NEGG was up, 800% plus in 5 days. Same amount of time, solid liquidity, just like this. Maybe not as much liquidity, but still solid liquidity. IPW, this is day 1 of its run. Here, look at what happened to day 2, okay? Day 2 was here, 4 to 8. What if IPW goes to 12 to 14, depending on how high NEGG goes, right? So in my mind, the way it's going to work out is the higher NEGG goes, the better chance that IPW has to go. And that's it. MRK. That's all. It's the same exact concept, guys, to a T as MRIN. Look for a similar sector, look for a similar run, and voila. You have yourself a FOMO type play on a lot of liquidity on a day 1 type move, which is right here. It's the day 1 type move. The next day we gapped from 240 up to 4. We ran all the way up to, $8, right? The same exact concept is going on with NEGG following the same sector. Day 1, looking for a gap. It's up over 800%. It's the same identical concept, right? Now, it's not the same exact liquidity. It's not the same exact price and all. It's not the same sector. But the reality is, if you go on FinViz, JWEL JWEL and IPW were the two top between the price range, the sector, the float on sympathy to NEGG. And that's that. So it was the same exact concept I was playing. You can see here, ALF, I took a nice winner on ALF today, and I sold off way too early. So I actually started to fill on all these dips. Ended up getting a 14.49 average, so right in here, a solid average. And I sold way too soon. Way too soon. I sold 1520s for a $21,000 winner, and that's trading. 1502, sorry. If I hold, I'm up 100,000 plus, but I don't, and that's trading, guys. That's how it goes. Thanks for checking in, Chris. I appreciate that. Hopefully hopefully the course, you're learning a ton from the course, man. I hope that you're getting a lot out of that course, and keep checking in, man. I love hearing how you're doing, and continue to study, right? So what's going on, Kyle Lane? What's going on, Kite? So, that was a nice win on ALF, but I didn't even take any of the meat of the move there. Not much at all, but the size. NEGG, another short. I ended up shorting NEGG right up in here. I was holding this position with only 1,000 shares. Was going to re-add, but wait for a little higher. Never did. Was still comfortable in the position because I wasn't in with how much size. It was only 1,000 shares, so I shorted it at 60.72 right up in here, and then this thing holds. NEGG's not giving up, guys. And then this thing halts, on the way down right here, and then breaks below. Where did I cover? So underneath, when it unhalted, I covered it up at, where is it? 54.60. So that was a nice $6,000 winner on that short. Was able to feel comfortable because I had no size. And just try to play IPW the rest of the day. NEGG, nice little winner on that one as well. $10,000 winner there on NEGG. Long, 56.83. So I started to long, I believe, where is it? 56.83. Oh, I know exactly where I longed. I longed right here. And then I took it off right in here, right at the break above 60. And then IPW, a couple of winners on. So just a lot of different things going on today, but I knew there was going to be volatility. I knew there was going to be liquidity, and I was waiting for my setups. When you see things up 700-800%, this is when I strive. This is when I do my best. This is when I'm always trading well. When things are not up 500-600% multi-day or intraday or multi-week, then that's when I start to struggle. But that's a reality that I've really honed in over the past 3 months. The past 3 months, you guys saw me very slow, very boring, nothing going on, right? Always taking a loss and a loss and a loss, right? That's because I was pushing too hard in a market that I shouldn't be. The reality is I could be taking base hits, and I still know how to trade in those markets. If I'm taking base hits, I'm taking $30,000, $50,000, $60,000 winners every day instead of trying to push for $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a day, right? And the chances of those percentages and those gains happening in this market are a lot higher because there's so much going on. There's a lot of sympathy plays, a lot of FOMO with NEGG, a lot of FOMO with MRIN, right? So the potential is out there. But in a market that's slower, I really leveled up when the market's slower and learned that, when there's stocks that aren't moving when they don't have sympathy plays, when there's not stocks up 1,000 or 500 or 2,000%, there's not a whole lot of liquidity around, there's not a lot of range. Well, I studied my damn ass off in the off season is what I call it. And over the last 2 months, 2.5 months, when I was struggling, I started the year up $12 million, and then here I am the next 2 months basically down $1 million. And now this month I'm up about 700K already, I think, or I don't know, 500K. I don't know the exact numbers right off the bat, but it's because I'm noticing a lot of liquidity back. There's a lot of volatility back. There's a lot of NEGG, MRIN, BLIN, BSQR, IPW, PBTS, right? So there's a lot of things moving that I'm able to take advantage of because there's a lot of FOMO out there. And that's when I trade my best. But I recognized over this past 2.5 months, when things slow down, when there's not 500 to 1,000% runners, focus on the market, breathe. There's going to be a solid runner that day or a solid multi-day swing. Just look through everything and play it. But don't expect to see these huge rip and ramps and these huge scale outs and all this other stuff that's going on right now. So I leveled up a ton in those past 2 months. And hopefully you see a trader. Now we've gotten this account over, $1 million. Now we're at 1.15 million. And I'm going to bring this up to probably a $10 million account before I start pulling profits again. But that being said, guys, trading is not easy. Trading takes time. Those of you guys out there who think this is easy and if you just buy my course today, you're going to be the best trader in the world. No. There's no guarantee to any of that, guys. I lost half my net worth in the beginning. You guys just saw me lose well over $1 million in the past 2 months. BTX, I lost well over 1.3 million on across multiple accounts. And that's the reality of trading. You know, it's just my dollar amounts are bigger than your guys' generally. But always take percentages of not how much I'm making and losing. Always take percentages. I need to contact TradeZero and talk to them about that, because I'd love to maybe have something where it shows percentages on the day instead of the big P&L number. You know, I have a P&L goal. I have a P&L challenge goal, so obviously I'm focused on that. But that's not what matters. What matters is when, you know, you see things percentage-wise, from a percentage standpoint. You know, trading is not easy. If anybody ever tells you it's easy, come join my chat room, come join my course, come join all my stuff, and it's going to be extremely easy, guaranteed right now, that is just BS. I would say, you know, as traders, as watching people grow, as seeing everyone evolve differently, we all learn differently. We all have different paces that we can learn. We all have different mindsets, different emotional capabilities, different, you know, psychological capabilities that we can handle. And so everyone is different, right? And so that being said, guys, you know, trading is not easy, okay? And sure, I might be up a good amount today. Great, right? But at the end of the day, I have been doing this for a while. I am not normal. I am not the normal trader, right? And as always, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. Just because, you know, I have overnight ideas, or just because I post about things or someone else posts about things, at the end of the day, it must fall under your criteria, your process, your plan in order for you to execute on it, okay? That's just the reality of trading. You can't just expect to just take every trade that I take and take, you know, because you would have lost your ass in BTX, because I'm not perfect. But I manage it as best as I could. So, you know, that's the way it goes, guys. You have to have a plan, a process, and a strategy. And if certain criteria under the scanner, you hear something under the scanner, and then you pull it up, and you're like, okay, that works for me. Great, take the trade. But if it doesn't fall under your process, your plan, your strategy, then why are you taking the trade? You know, just because someone else takes the trade doesn't mean it's going to work for you, because it probably won't. Okay? Anyways, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys for supporting the NoManualTrading.com community. Continue to study. Go back and look at NEGG. Go back and look at MRN. Go back and look at Blend. Go back and look at BSQR. Go back and look at IPW. Go back and look at NEGG, right? Go back and look at everything, every one of those stocks. Intraday, multi-day, multi-week. Learn from them. That's all you can do, is learn from those moves, learn from what happens to those stocks, and continue to grow upon your strategy, okay? Please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon below for making new videos. Cheers, team.